Mary had a little lamb.
From the classiest radio station on the air, this is...
Welcome to the Black Rabbit's Curse, where every shadow hides a sinister verse. Hear the airs thick with tales of terror twist in your head into the dark unknown, where fear takes root and chills the bone. Beware, dear traveler, for once you're here, the curse may linger year after year. The Creole, the dead who steered the sea. In 1841, a slave ship called the Creole set sail across the Atlantic. History says the enslaved people revolted, took control of the ship, and were freed when they reached the Bahamas. But history doesn't tell you how they won, because sailors who survived said something else took over the ship. Something that had already drowned. Below deck, the enslaved were packed into the hold like cargo. No light, barely air, just the smell of iron, sweat, and fear soaked into wood. That night, the ship made a sound no one could explain. It breathed. The walls expanded and tightened like ribs. Cold air crept through cracks that should not exist. A man named Madison Washington opened his eyes, and beneath the groaning hell, he heard something knocking, not from above, from under the water. The sailors heard it first. Knock, knock, coming from below the ship. They said it was driftwood, then sharks. Then they stopped talking about it at all. By the third night, the knocking turned into scraping, like fingernails dragging across the hall. One sailor swore he saw hands beneath the surface. Not swimming, climbing. That night, no one stood watch alone. In the hold, seawater began to leak through the floorboards. But it wasn't normal water. It was thick, black, shimmering like oil. Faces formed in it, eyes opening, hundreds of them. The drowned Africans, the ones thrown overboard, the ones who never reached land. Their voices bubbled up from the dark. We remember. We were stolen. We're not finished. Where the water touched chains, the metal dissolved. Locks snapped open by hands that weren't alive anymore. Mason whispered, shaking, they're freeing us? And the water answered back, no, we're helping you fight. When the sailors burst open the hatch, the revolt had already begun. Fog rolled across the deck, thick and freezing. Lanterns flickered. A sailor screamed. Something invisible grabbed his ankle and dragged him screaming towards the rail. Another was lifted into the air and hung by ropes no one touched. Mason and the others surged forward, blades stolen, chains still dangling from their wrists. But the killing wasn't done by human hands. Man collapsed with lungs full of seawater, though they never fell overboard. Shadows moved across the fog, tall, chained, dripping. The middle passage had come back for payment. After the revolt, the wheel turned by itself. No wind filled the sails, yet the ship moved. The compass spun like it was afraid. The Creole turned south, towards the Bahamas, towards British waters. At night, Mason saw shapes beneath the waves, pushing the ship forward, guiding it. The dead were steering. One survivor sailor tried to burn the ship. The flames turned black. The deck split open and dark water surged upward, just enough to grab him by the throat. Mason tried to pull him back, but the water hissed.
This one's out.
The ocean swallowed him without a splash, and the Creole reached Nassau. The British boarded the ship. They said it was ice cold, flooded with black water that never dried. Every captured sailor repeated the same words. The dad sold us here. The dad sold us here. The enslaved were free. The enslaved were free. But that night, Mason woke to a knocking beneath the floor. The same rhythm. When he looked down, his shadow wasn't his anymore. It was taller, wearing chains, smiling. The voice bubbled up from the darkness.
You're free, but you sail with us now. Forever.
Remember, the terror doesn't end when the video does. You may try to forget, but the shadows have a way of following. The whispers grow louder each night, don't they? So go ahead, close your eyes, if you dare. But know this, you're not alone. Not anymore. But the Black Rabbit's curse has seen you, and it's waiting. So what happens when the lights go out? If you want to find out, make sure you come back. But next time, will you be ready? Sleep well. Or don't. See?